Well, it's 7 o'clock. That means the Guy R. Cook Report episode for today, What's on Our Mind, is happening right now. If you go to the GuyRCookReport.podbean.com, the screen will look like this. Hopefully the number of downloads will be bigger. Anyway, you'll get there and click on this red link. That'll take you to this page, the show notes, the WordPress-powered blog for Guy R. Cook Online Services, part of VitaMain Hosting Incorporated. There's the shameless plug I forget to do from time to time. Anyway, just like yesterday, we talked about Google My Business. And one of the things I didn't touch on in talking about Google My Business is how you can set up Google Analytics. Well, there's a support link, and I put it in the show notes right there. Go to support.google.com, etc., etc. So you'll need to go to the show notes even more so to get that link, because I didn't tell you in the audio. Anyway, basically, you add the property of your Google My Business URL, the one that's your website, that's free, into Google Analytics under the same Google account that you use for both. So if you're GuyRCook@gmail.com for Google My Business, that's what you want to be for Google Analytics. Because when you sign into Google Analytics, you don't want to sign in with a different email than you use for Google My Business. It won't work. So you sign in with the same Gmail, then you go to the dashboard for Google My Business, and the analytics will show up on the page. And I just did this yesterday, so I can't promise you that it'll show, but let's go see if it does. Okay, so we've gone to the dashboard for Google My Business that I created for VitaMain Hosting Inc., which explains why it says that on the top. We scroll down, and because I just set this up yesterday, the Google Analytics aren't recording any of the information yet, but it's going to show you new visits, unique visitors, page views right off the top. That's pretty good for free, don't you think? So get that set up. And part of setting that up, and I'll go back to the notes. Okay, we're back. The link that we put there in the show notes to support.google.com, etc., and you'll go to the GuyRCookReport.podbean.com link to this to get that information. But when you click it, the first thing you're going to see up at the top, if I click it right, is the verification process. Verify your account. First thing you got to do. Before you add Google Analytics, get yourself verified. Click that link, and it says verify your local business listing on Google. When you verify your business with Google so it can appear to your customers on Google Search and Maps, because if you're a local business, you can verify by postcard. But some businesses have other verification options like email, over the phone, you just call Google and hook them up, or through the Search Console, where it used to be Google Webmaster Tools, so you can now verify to this with the Search Console. So give that a look, if you would. I think that you're going to like what you see. Back at the notes. The show notes right there, just about across from my finger, you can see the Guy R. Cook Report credits listed there. And to see what that says, we simply click on that link, and bazinga, the credits for the Guy R. Cook Report. We thank everyone for listening or watching us on YouTube. If you go to youtube.com/GuyRCook, you can get to our channel. And we'll have in the GuyRCookReport.podbean.com link I told you about a minute ago, I've been putting the link for the day's episode into there, as well as the main YouTube channel link, so you can get that there. We'll have a link to the show notes of the blog, the GuyRCookOnlineServices.com URL, the main company website, which is VitaMain Hosting Inc., You can subscribe to the podcast on Podbean. You can share the podcast. You can share it in a number of places in social media. The rest of the notes, we thank Fraser Ramsey, Eileen Smith for Screencast-O-Matic, of course, and the Facebook group, Friends Just Chatting. Well, there you have it. Another episode under the belt. Thank you for joining us today. And on that note, it's a wrap.